Hey, it's Edie K. Today I have to work from home because I've got a construction crew outside who is making a war zone out of my backyard. They're replacing all the sewage system in my neighborhood, and I had to be here so that I could let them know which parts of my yard to destroy. So, awesome. But aside from that, I've got some really cool stuff to share with you today, so I'm just gonna jump right in. Normally I would do this on a cool whiteboard back here because I have a cool whiteboard in my office, but I don't have that here at home. So I wrote up these really cheesy index cards, and we're just gonna have to make do with those. I wanted to get this video out to you this week, and I knew if I didn't get it done today, I wasn't gonna get it done. So we're making do with what we've got. So I think we can all agree that our results that we see in our life, the things that we have or don't have in our life, are due largely in part to an action that we either took or an action that we didn't take. So for the most part, I think we can agree that our results are attributed to our actions. And then from there, our actions are due to a decision that we made. A decision to say yes, a decision to take the new job, a decision to not take the new job, a decision to enroll in a fitness membership, a decision to join the Boy Scouts. So things that are shown up in our life are decisions based on decisions that we made, which resulted in an action that we took. And then from there, our decisions, oh, my cards are out of order, there we go. Our decisions are influenced by our thoughts. So for example, if there's a thought in our head that diving boards are scary and if you jump off one it's going to kill you, that's going to influence the decision that we make not to get on the diving board, which is going to influence the fact that we don't take action to get on the diving board, and that the action that we take is to stay in the shallow end of the pool. The thoughts that are going on, flying around in our heads, are going to determine the decisions that we ultimately make. So having said all that, we can understand how important our thoughts are, right? But here's the thing, and this is the piece that most people are missing. This is the big secret that most people are missing. Your thoughts, our thoughts, are actually hugely determined by our input. The stuff that's in our environment that's feeding our brain. So this stuff can be made up of lots of different things. It's the things that we watch, it's the things that we listen to, it's the things that we read, it's the people that we listen to, watch, surround ourselves by. Basically, it's our environment. Your environment is what makes up your input, the data that's coming in, the programming that's coming in. Now, for a lot of people, this idea of input or idea of programming or even idea of environment is something that they are exposed to. That we are exposed to our environment and that we are victims of, for lack of a better word, our environment, and then it just is what it is. So here's the part that is really, really cool, is if you decide to consciously take a proactive approach to your input, to the stuff that you're feeding your brain, then you can actually take an active role in that whole process that we talked about, so that you're actually getting results that you want instead of continuing to see things show up that you don't want. So when I work one-on-one with clients, we talk a lot about environment, and there's an understanding of how crucial environment is in order for us to get what we want. And once I got this, and once I understood that I actually can start controlling the input, controlling the stuff that's feeding my brain, and understood how important it was in terms of the whole process of causing my thoughts to cause my decisions, to cause my actions, to give me the results. Oh my gosh, it was so cool. I could start playing around with this, which is exactly what I want you guys to do. So if you want to play around with this, you can start to take inventory of what's in your environment, what you are choosing to expose yourself to, which is giving you input, which is influencing your thought patterns. You're just gonna start listing this stuff. Take out a piece of paper and start listing the things that are in your environment. So whether that's the news, whether that's tabloid magazines, whether that's reality TV, talk radio, CNN, Fox News, Fox Sports, whatever it is, and just start listing the stuff that's in your environment that is contributing to feeding your brain, okay? And then you get to choose whether you expose yourself to that or not. You start to pick your exposure instead of saying, I'm exposed to all these things in my environment. No, you're not, unless you want to be. You can choose to be exposed to what you want to be exposed to. So pay attention. If you say you want to be happy, if you say you want a good relationship, if you say you want a successful business, you might want to quit hanging out where they're talking about how bad everything is all the time. It really does make a difference. Your peer groups matter, who you surround yourself by, what you're listening to, what they're talking about, what the dominant topic of the conversation is about. That input determines your thoughts, which determines your decisions, which determines your actions, which ultimately gives you the results that you have. So I'm really hoping you're going to take this one to heart. I know that it's huge. I know that it'll be significant for you if you implement it. So take an inventory of what's in your environment and start playing with that process and deciding what you want your environment to look like, putting it in place, and then watch the process as it magically unfolds for you. So I'm Edie K, and I hope you have an awesome night, and I will talk to you next week.